30 seconds and counting.
Hey, what's good, guys? It's Clutch Entertainment here, back in another video. And for today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Houston Texans. And there's a recent report that teams around the league, and especially in the top 10, are kind of eyeing and thinking that the Texans are going to go Sauce Gardner with a third pick overall. This was reported by Dan Brugler. He's a very well-respected The Athletic member / writer and reporter and whatnot. And he says the Texans have also done plenty of work on Stingley. So that's pretty huge. So it's pretty obvious that they're kind of eyeing a top cornerback in this draft, whether that be Sauce Gardner or whether that be Derek Stingley. And personally, you really can't go wrong with either one. I mean, you're going to get a dog in both of them. Both are very high-level competitors. Both are going to be top cornerbacks in this league at some point. As of right now, personally, I think Derek Stingley has a higher potential, but Sauce Gardner is the safest pick in terms of, I guess, boom or bust potential. Like Sauce Gardner, he almost can't bust at all, really. Like, it's going to be super hard for him to bust. But yeah, he's like the more safer pick. He's going to be able to come in here day one, be that cornerback one. And Stingley would also be able to as well, but it would just take him a little bit longer to get his feet wet. Stingley's the younger prospect. He's 20 as of right now. He's going to be 21, actually, pretty soon, in June. So, I mean, it's not really too much of an age difference. Sauce Gardner's going to be 22 in August, so it's like around a 1-year age difference, not the major. But Derek Stingley, as we know, he's dealt with injuries the past couple years in LSU. In his freshman season, he had very, very good tape. There was actually a tape or whatever that leaked recently of him guarding Jamar Chase in practice and Justin Jefferson in practice. And he pretty much locked them both down, or at least he held his own. I wouldn't say locked down because, I mean, it's almost impossible to lock down those two. But he held his own against two top-level NFL receivers right now, both top NFL receivers in the game right now. So if Derek Stingley was able to do that as a freshman, as an 18-year-old, to go in there, LSU as a 5-star recruit, all eyes on you, go in there and lock up, or at least somewhat shut down those two top-level receivers, that's saying something. But then, of course, Sauce. Sauce hasn't allowed a touchdown in his whole college career. Over 1,000 snaps. Like, that stat itself is legendary. Forget insane, that stat is legendary. Not too many corners, if any, have really let any touchdowns go through in their whole entire career. And I'm not sure if there's going to be really many either in the future. That's just a stat that's unbelievable. You have to be a super, super good cornerback to, I guess, do that. But let's talk about scheme fit. I feel like both are a very good scheme fit. We don't even really know exactly what we're going to run. Of course, Lovie Smith is our head coach. He was our defense coordinator last year, and we ran a Tampa 2. I mean, it seems like we're going to run Tampa 2 this year, but towards the end of the last season, we ran varieties of cover 3, a little bit of man here and there, a mixture of everything. So we kind of got away from Tampa 2 towards the end of the year, and that's kind of where we had our turnovers, our interceptions. We played some better defense towards the end of the year. Throw back to that Titans game, the first one in the rain. I think Desmond King had 2 alone. I think he had a total of 4 turnovers or something like that. And that's when we're starting to change the defensive scheme. So maybe Lovie Smith sees that as something important to play better defense, to get more turnovers or whatnot. So maybe we run more man this year. And, I mean, Derek Stingley and Sauce Gardner, whatever we run, it's not really going to matter. They're both going to be able to come in. They're both solid man corners. They're both solid zone corners. Like, they can do it all for the most part. I'm going to talk about a couple, I guess, negatives about both of them. So Sauce Gardner, one of his biggest things is he's not the best of tacklers. It's not that he's not willing to tackle, because he most definitely is. He's willing to tackle. He's willing to get his hands dirty, throw himself everywhere. But he just can't tackle. Like, he just needs to fix up his form. And it's a very coachable thing, so it's nothing to really worry about. And Derek Stingley, I guess, is staying healthy. I mean, he hasn't been healthy really for the past 2 years. But he was able to participate in his pro day. And that's where, I guess, his draft stock kind of went up a little bit higher. Because before this season and everything, before this college season last year, he was projected to be a top 5 pick. He's basically projected to be where Sauce Gardner was projected to be. Before Sauce Gardner, I guess, had this insane year. But yeah, Derek Stingley is projected to be a top 5 pick, and then of course he had that foot injury, and then he had to get surgery or whatnot. But he came back to pro day this a couple weeks ago, last week, 2 weeks ago, and he put on an absolute show. He put on, he showed the scouts the type of freak athlete he is. There were some reports that he ran a 4.36 for his 40 time. Obviously not official. I think his official one was a 4.4 or something like that, somewhere in that range. But there were some reports and some scouts that clocked him at a 4.36. So I mean, a 4.3 corner, what is he? I think he's 6'1", almost 200 pounds, running a 4.3. That's pretty damn good. And then you look at Sauce Gardner. He's almost 6'3". He's borderline 6'3". He's around 200 pounds as well. And he ran, I think, a 4.41. And he says he thinks he could have ran faster. He kind of ran like without, I guess, practice or training and whatnot. So he could have ran like a 4.3 as well, an official 4.3. So, I mean, both prospects really can't go wrong with either one. I mean, this is just a rundown of, I guess, teams believe Houston is going to go cornerback at 3, whether that be Sauce, whether that be Derek Stingley. Personally, I can't see them going Derek Stingley at 3. It would be likely in a trade back scenario or trade up from 13 scenario or whatnot. But it seems like they're almost definitely going to go cornerback or at least defense at 3. I also personally don't see them going offensive line. I just can't see it. Obviously, it's a big need, but I just can't see them doing it at 3. I do see them going defense at 3. Give Lovie Smith one of those top-tier pieces, whether that be Kayvon, whether that be unpopular vote, Trayvon Walker. Very unpopular, in my opinion, as well, too. I don't really want him at 3, but it seems like we're going to get a defensive piece right here, whether that be Sauce or whatever. But let me know y'all's guys' thoughts down below in the video. Let me know y'all's thoughts about the report that Houston's kind of eyeing Sauce. Teams believe Sauce is going to be a Texan at pick number 3 next Thursday. What do y'all like to pick? What do y'all hate to pick or whatnot? But yeah, let me know y'all's thoughts down below. I hope you guys have a good day. It's been Clutch City Entertainment out. Peace.